In a powerful statement of national self-reliance and economic transformation, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, has officially unveiled a state-of-the-art milk processing plant, the largest of its kind in the country. The launch of this mega factory is being hailed as a bold step toward industrializing the agricultural sector, empowering local farmers, and reducing dependence on imported dairy products. Set against the backdrop of West Africa's evolving economic landscape, the opening of the milk factory is more than just an infrastructural milestone. It is a declaration of intent. Traoré's government is sending a clear message. Burkina Faso is ready to produce, process, and feed itself. From farm to factory, a vision for food sovereignty. President Traoré has consistently spoken about the importance of food sovereignty as a pillar of national security and economic independence. In a region long dependent on foreign imports for basic food and dairy products, the new milk factory represents a transformative shift. Located in the heart of the country's livestock belt, the mega facility will have the capacity to process thousands of liters of raw milk daily, sourced directly from local pastoralist and farming communities. From fresh milk and yogurt to powdered milk and cheese, the factory is expected to supply both domestic and regional markets with high-quality dairy products. This is not just a factory, Traoré declared at the inauguration ceremony. It is a symbol of resistance, a symbol that Burkina Faso can rise, produce, and feed its people without begging or waiting for foreign leftovers. Local empowerment at the core. One of the most significant features of the milk factory is its integrated model of local empowerment. Thousands of small-scale cattle farmers across the region have been enrolled into cooperative supply chains, trained in hygienic milk collection and storage, and equipped with cold transport systems to deliver milk to the facility efficiently. Under this model, the factory does not just process milk, it fuels a wider rural economy. For many pastoralist families, this development marks a turning point. In the past, raw milk often went to waste due to lack of refrigeration or market access. Now, those same families are earning regular income by supplying milk to a guaranteed buyer, strengthening household economies and reducing rural poverty. The days of watching our milk spoil while imported cartons flood the shops are over, said Mariam Sawadogo, a dairy farmer from Kaya. Thanks to this project, our labor now has value. Job creation and industrialization. The factory has already created hundreds of direct jobs in processing, packaging, quality control, and logistics, and thousands more in indirect roles such as transportation, input supply, and retail distribution. Moreover, the facility is part of a broader national industrialization plan spearheaded by Traoré's administration. The aim is to move Burkina Faso from a primarily raw export economy to one based on local value addition and manufacturing. Dairy is only the beginning. According to government insiders, plans are underway for similar processing plants in cotton, fruits, groundnuts, and grains, all designed to keep value and wealth inside the country, rather than exporting raw materials for foreign profit. We will no longer be exporters of poverty, Traoré told the crowd during his tour of the factory floor. We will be exporters of finished goods, of strength, dignity, and Burkinabe pride. Reducing import dependence. Burkina Faso, like many African nations, imports a significant portion of its dairy products, particularly powdered milk from Europe and Asia. These imports not only drain foreign currency reserves, but also create dependency on international supply chains that are vulnerable to geopolitical shocks. The establishment of the milk factory is part of a strategic response to food insecurity and trade imbalances. By producing dairy locally, Burkina Faso hopes to reduce the need for expensive imports, stabilize local food prices, improve nutritional outcomes for children and mothers, build a more resilient agricultural economy. Experts believe that if the factory runs at full capacity, it could cut national dairy imports by up to 40% within 3 years, a major win for both economic and national security. Sustainability and innovation. The milk factory is also being lauded for its sustainability practices. Powered in part by solar energy and equipped with water recycling systems. The facility reflects Traoré's commitment to development that does not harm the environment. In addition, the plant includes a laboratory for research and innovation, where food scientists and engineers will work to develop new dairy-based products, improve storage techniques, and enhance product shelf life for hot climates. Local universities and vocational schools are already partnering with the factory to train a new generation of agro-industrial technicians, ensuring that the knowledge and skills stay within Burkina Faso. Pan-African model of development. Traoré's unveiling of the milk factory is not just national news. It's a signal to the wider African continent. In an era where many African nations still rely on aid and foreign investment to build infrastructure, this project stands out for being locally financed, locally managed, and locally focused. The president emphasized this during his speech, calling on fellow African leaders to embrace self-reliance, regional trade, and local production. We must end the era where our raw milk travels 5,000 kilometers to be processed abroad, only to return with a foreign label and inflated price, Traoré said. Africa can feed itself, nourish its children, and stand tall, if we choose to believe in ourselves. The reaction across Burkina Faso has been overwhelmingly positive. Citizens took to social media to praise the project, hailing it as a revolution in food production and a concrete result of Traoré's leadership beyond politics and ideology. Even critics of the government have acknowledged the factory's potential, though some caution that long-term success will depend on good governance, quality control, and ongoing support for small producers. Internationally, the development has caught the attention of analysts observing Africa's pivot away from traditional donor relationships. Some see it as a model that could be replicated across the Sahel and beyond. As the machines roared to life and the first cartons of Burkinabe milk rolled off the production line, it was clear that something deeper was at work than mere industrial progress. In that moment, the milk factory became a metaphor, a symbol of a nation reclaiming its economic agency, restoring dignity to its rural producers, and refusing to be defined by dependence or poverty. Under Ibrahim Traoré's leadership, Burkina Faso is not just building factories. It is building belief in its people, in its land, and in its future.